Can we get some of your hair and go home with
Can
it?
I borrow one strand of your hair?
It's not
Of
creepy
course.
at all. We're just gonna put it in her ass.
I'll let you sit here right now. I'll go upstairs and try to get your hair up my ass.
Have you ever eaten?
I'll do it right now.
I'll do it right now.
Give me a hair. I'm going to put a hair up my ass right now. Give me your hair. Give me.
You can take here.
I'm going to let you pull it.
Jesus.
You pull one out.
Okay.
I'm going to go around the
How-
corner. And I'm going to try and give me
Please do.
one single
Yeah.
strand.
Oh my.
Oh
Ah.
God,
Oh,
damn.
Jesus.
Okay.
That looked painful.
Okay.
That's going
Here we
in-
go. Can you see?
Hey,
Can you see
Welcome
that?
to your new home.
Welcome.
Hey.
All right, Katie, why don't you sit in my
Hey,
chair?
do you
I'm going
want
to
it
go try and
back
shove hair
afterwards?
up my.
Yeah.
I'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll give it back to you. And here we are. It's the DLP agenda. It's obviously Joe Robinson.
Hey, Joe.
It's Justin Schlegel.
Hey, Justin.
Is that Rob Mayer that I see?
It's me, Rob Mayer.
But there seems to be four of us in the DLP HQ tonight. It is none other than our Lord and Master, your God and mine, the patriarch of the DLP family, none other than Lord William Randolph Rice. Not sure if that's your first name, the pride of Louisiana. He knows his way around a pot of gumbo just as well as he does a courtroom. And there we are.
It looks better in person.
It looks real nice. We're going to get this thing lit a little bit more properly.
We just got it in today.
Yeah. I broke this out of a cardboard box about 20 minutes ago.
It's on a coat rack right now.
Yeah, right now.
We promise we're going to treat you a lot better, Randolph.
Over here, we're going to eventually have a Cadian, somewhat Victorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a Catherine the Great
That's
type
right.
of thing.
Nude. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to
Well,
be a very tasteful nude. Big bush.
We have talked about, and Katie agreed.
About the bush?
Well, about
Okay.
not the
Okay.
bush, but to do where we remove as patrons. where
Oh,
we remove-
hell
Yes.
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 The
Yes.
cardboard cutout.
That's right. So
Oh, I can't wait.
We might need. We're going to get a picture of her for over here,
Sure.
and then maybe we can use that same picture, and Robbie
Right.
can help us create a
And-
standee.
But we're getting another naked body, you know?
No, it'll be Katie's.
Okay. It'll be Skatey's.
That's
Okay.
right.
God, I just
Hey,
want to have a comically large bush.
For the update for our patron listeners, 4 new videos this past week from you know who. So,
4
yes.
new
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. Now, by the way, we're recording Patreon next week, and that this has to be discussed. And Rob went out with myself, Jason Minzer, and Katie,
Jesus.
and we went to El Toro Bravo, and it was discussed
Yes.
at length. So I don't want to elaborate, but
Is it this? This is definitely a Patreon.
100% it's a Patreon.
Yeah.
But let me just say, I'm not comfortable with the direction of this at all.
I'm
I'm not on an island.
I've never been more comfortable, and maybe Rob owes me a paper towel. And that's all we'll get into
Okay. Check
next
it out.
week.
yes.
DLP, there's going to be all kinds of new stuff. There's already a new laughs count anywhere. I have been
Yes.
told by Eric Woodworth that there is a story that Tommy told in the car that might be a season finale of Storytime with Tommy Simbazo.
We'll have a new one here in a few days because there's another one that we already recorded. It was with Joe and Katie.
Yeah.
Right.
And one I don't want to give completely, I don't want to give the goose up totally, but a completely new end of year, possibly one-off show behind a paywall featuring someone that's never been on the program.
Huh.
Okay.
So that is just something.
So
for
not Chris Restivo.
that. Not Restivo. His price is way too
Joseph
high.
Murtha?
No, I've asked.
Hey, let me say this about Joseph Murtha.
Mhm.
You know, Murtha and Randolph Rice are going to be on WBAL with me tomorrow. So if you're listening to this
Awesome.
right now, I'm going to have Randolph Rice, but also Joseph Murtha, who none of us have met, right?
Not that I might have met him in the suite
Hmm.
at the Orioles game the night the sky opened and it looked like the fucking upside down was coming
I was
through.
there too. I don't
Was he not there?
if he
There was some powerful people in that room.
No, there was one guy who won his first case. Everybody was going
Right.
crazy.
Yeah, everyone was high-fiving. He just busted
Yeah.
his cherry
Good for
like
you.
But I don't
a very young
remember
Ray Liotta in Goodfellas who didn't turn state's evidence in the
Yeah.
courtroom.
because I remember him discussing Joseph Murtha's history, and I
Yeah.
believe he represented Linda Tripp.
Oh, wow. Damn.
And that's
That's a
back,
name from back.
well, we're talking, that's a 25-year-old story.
Yeah.
So I didn't see anybody there that fit that description.
So usually when you have guests on, it's like Mike Quinlan, a local comedian. It's me.
Yeah.
It's like some friend of yours. But you can at the very minimum, you're just as smart, if not smarter.
No,
And now,
no,
and now
yeah.
you're way out of your league.
Hey, I swear this is true. 2 things. First thing is, I said, hey, Randolph, send me a list of shit to
Yeah.
talk about.
Oh, you need to ask him, brother. He comes in with a
but
binder.
I need it
of
now
prep.
because here's the deal. When Rob and I did it, I prepared 2 segments, and then we just talked about the Ravens for 2 hours,
Yes,
right?
yeah, easy.
So I don't mind, but I need to know what we're talking about, right? Because I have some stuff I'd like to talk
Well,
about.
it's your show. You're stealing the ship. They need to know what you want to talk
They're
about.
going to be able to hang.
No,
right?
not what I want to talk about, right? Because I also, here's this kind of weird. I'm like, am I just allowed to just have it? Because I've been doing that.
Yeah.
Just have people up.
Yeah.
You're doing the
Well,
managers there's work for you. You're booking talent, guests, fill-ins.
Right,
You're taking
but
food, duties off of their plate.
True, but my talent is like, I had James, the kid that not my son, but
Not your son, but son.
I had him on.
Okay.
He's on for no reason other than happening to be a black guy that I know.
Yes.
That's
that you love.
That's his credit.
Yeah.
Well,
He
if
was
you
on-
can have him on, you could have Randolph
No,
Rice.
it's
Yes.
not-
Advertises.
Pesaurus
Yes.
and Mirtha.
It's
Yes.
not that I can't have him on. I don't even know if anybody knows what the hell I'm doing, right? So well, Chris Karlheim knows.
He knows. Oh, he listens to every waking hour.
Chris
That's right.
Karlheim
He
knows.
knows.
Corey Haim.
But
yes,
that
Chris Corey Haim.
Yes.
That name's sticking.
I had Rob on, and we actually had a pretty good show. But Rob is a professional comedian, and we also did something kind of germane to
work at the station.
his area of
Yeah,
expertise.
and you also have you guys have a relationship already. You already have chemistry. You
Yes.
exactly know where each other are going. You don't know much about Mirtha. Do you?
So how about this real quick? So
Yeah.
I have something I want to talk about.
Side
All
note,
right.
Chris Karlheim in chat tonight. He approves of it already. He's got
Yes,
managerial
there you
approval.
go.
Shout out Chris Robinson, Rodney, Ariel, Shoemake, Bergson, Tom Nutty crushed it at Auto Bar. Always a pleasure seeing
Looking
you.
good, everybody.
Yeah, a lot of the Bergson
Van
boys are in there.
Arsdale.
Van Arsdale's here. Now it's a goddamn party.
Oh, that's right.
Hell yeah. Pam, sweet Pam, writing one of the nicest things I've ever seen on our Patreon
yeah.
page. Jennifer Cook, who's horny for hairy Eastern European lumberjackish men. She just wants to have someone fuck through her. She
Let me
doesn't want to be
finish
made love to.
My
She
thought
wants to
real
be
quick.
Scott
Sour.
says, I'm guessing that Joe wants to talk about himself.
No, be quiet, Scott. So what I'm saying is that when I'm thinking Jason Minzer,
Yes.
Yes.
okay,
New friend.
somebody stole a check from his company. Okay, it was
Okay.
almost $12,000.
So real money.
They have the name and address of the person that stole the check. He took it to the Baltimore City Police Department, and they said, "We'll let you know if we get around to it." Okay, so
I've cracked the case
Yes.
for you.
so I'm like,
Don't
I'm
you
like,
want an easy
This
win?
is one for the win column.
Yes.
Immediately. You
Right.
can show this off like, hey, look what a good job we did getting our Sherlock
They're
on.
like, nah.
It was the guy that brought it to us.
So I want to talk about that, but I want someone from the Baltimore City Police Department to come. I don't have anybody. If I'm saying I don't know who the only
I got a
people
couple numbers I can forward you.
the only people I know are I only have Rob Mayer. You follow what I'm saying? It's the
Well, I'm
only
saying you
people
want to
I know.
talk to
I
BPD.
can.
You want to ask
guess.
people in the BPD?
Sure.
But when we get done with this program, I got 3 numbers that text to me during the show all the time.
Well, you
Or
understand? Yeah.
We have a guy, Justin Schlegel, who's played a detective 19 different
True.
times.
Would you like
Tell you
to?
about what we do.
Is he going to have the
Yes,
script?
he
for
will.
I'm
this?
sorry we can't get to the bottom of what happened on your friend's check, but we found a carry-on suitcase full of baby's hands
Anyway, the
in
reason,
a carjacked Nissan.
He's going to change accents 3 times.
the reason that I book these guests are because they're the only people I know.
Okay.
That's essentially it.
All
I
right.
can only book people. Like if I need somebody from the local government, I don't.
You know what I've always
I
wanted to
don't
do?
know.
I've always wanted to do this. It was called contact roulette, where we all have smartphones these days, and you obviously glide your finger up and down the smartphone.
Yep. And
That where
that's who you book.
You literally just spin your finger
Okay.
and then stop.
Boom.
And if I had to
my
call
Gardner.
someone right now, Best Connection Travel Annapolis.
I'm going to do that right now.
It was either that or Big Ed Kiernan, the former general manager. Let's give it another spin on contact roulette. Let's head to Chris Karlheim.
Oh, nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
I'm pretty
hey.
sure we can book him.
No, that is not happening.
No.
Oh,
No.
for Steve-O?
No,
No,
no.
Dad.
Why don't you use our look? You need to talk something about teaching. We have Ariel at your.
I have
Oh
my
my God,
sister.
I
No, I
have
have that.
educator.
Right.
Yeah, I have educators that I know. I've actually asked some educators to come on. They said no.
No, absolutely.
But I can
not.
always have
Yeah.
Ariel on. Sure.
Hey, real quick before we move on, I want to give a shout out Sharon Bailey. It's her birthday today. Sharon,
What's up, Sharon? A pleasure.
Huge supporter of our murder mystery. All
She
of our
owes me an
products.
email.
Sharing
Yeah,
Sharon's
Sharon
outlook on the
Bailey.
topic of disease. What's up, butthole surfers? Also, share with me some ideas you might have for the Twitch channel. It's not going to be this Wednesday. It's going to be this Thursday. It's usually Wednesday, 7 o'clock. I have to be in New York tomorrow for something, so I'm going to do the Twitch stream Thursday. So far, this AMSMR food shit,
It's taken off.
it's growing
I
hair.
watched it last week. It was awesome.
I got the pie. I get the pickle.
Mhm.
I've got your bread,
Got it. Look
which
good.
crushed.
We were both in chat. Do you know
Yes,
that I was in chat
Both
too?
of you
Okay.
guys are in chat as I was spreading the butt cheeks of that
Oh,
bread and getting
bread.
that crunch.
Woo.
And then I had that Fortnite win. This Thursday is going to be a 10-pack of hard shell tacos
Okay.
that I'm
Taco
going to
Bell?
make a mess with.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought about Taco Bell and I was thinking about proximity of purchase to delivery to eat.
Okay.
And by the time I get them home and set up, they might be soft shell tacos. Those things
Okay.
don't hold up well.
Sure.
So somebody's gonna make them?
I live right next to the Broadneck Cantina.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who do really nice, heavy corn hard shell tortillas.
So you're gonna go buy them, drive straight home,
yes,
Devour 'em.
get yourself live,
Yes.
and go to town.
and I might
Okay.
even put them bitches in the air fryer just for a second, and it's just gonna be like biting into crispy Latin
Yeah.
glass.
You have different sauces and spices.
I have 3
and
different fillings.
guacamoles.
I have a corn and bean taco. I
Okay.
have a chicken taco,
All
and
right.
I have a con carne taco.
And you do this again. It's every
Every Wednesday,
Wednesday.
7:00 this week. It's
Mhm.
got to be Thursday. I just put a highlight up of Rob's bread, which was a
Ah.
home run.
Mm.
The bread might have been the biggest to do so far. People,
The sound was.
they get
Yeah.
There is.
horny.
Yeah.
Well, that's because first of all, you looked at it and you're like, "This looks delicious,"
This looks
and then
real
it
nice.
also sounded delicious. I didn't like that there was. I like a little bit of butter on it. For
There
me.
is some butter.
Oh,
Oh,
there
there's a
was.
buttered portion. Oh, you keep
Oh
watching.
no, no, I'm
it.
sorry. I did see that. You're
put
right. I
that
did see that.
big
You're right.
nibble of
Apologies.
butter,
I did see that.
All
Yeah.
right. So next week is tacos.
and then
What-
I'm open to suggestions.
Okay. What about you got to go around the world here? What about some
Okay.
egg rolls? Get a little Chinese.
It has to crunch, right?
that
Yeah,
crunches.
but a good crispy
Yeah.
egg
Mhm.
roll, like
Yeah.
like Vietnamese summer rolls, spring rolls, not so much, but
No.
a crunchy,
Yes.
double fucking fried egg roll that could
Get a little
work.
duck sauce.
I was
get a
also
little-
thinking,
the
who does-
mustard.
Mustard. Oh my god, yes, the
Yeah.
mustard sauce and get the nice dunk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I love a commercial, dramatic dunk in a commercial.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
where
when
they
it's
slam that
Mhm.
fucker
dripping
in,
off of it.
juice is shooting
Mhm.
across the room. Grandma looks like she's in a honey mustard bukkake. All right,
Mm.
maybe the name for the show, honey mustard
I
bukkake.
think. What about a grilled cheese?
A crispy grilled cheese
Come
is
on.
another great
Come
one.
on.
What about Bonchon chicken?
Oh yes.
The
Yeah, do you-
crispiest.
Love it. So good.
Oh, the
Do you guys have
crispiest
a
of chicken.
Nashville hot chicken
Oh,
place?
Rob,
yes.
we
good
do.
one, good
Where?
one,
It's called
Robbie.
Hangry Chicken in Annapolis, right near the Outback and across from the Westfield Annapolis
Isn't that
Mall.
in the near Giant?
It's right near there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Hangry Chicken.
Yeah.
Rob, that's brilliant. Robbie,
I've-
that's crunchy Nashville chicken.
I
Perfect.
mentioned this before. I love. Maybe it's a little pedestrian, but I love a Cool Ranch Dorito.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get yourself a nice one of those little Subway sub-sized bags of them, whatever
Okay.
that is, and just one
Yeah.
at a time, crunch yourself because it's going to be loud. Matter of fact, the commercial for Doritos, you probably guys are too young. There used to be some guy. What was his name, Robbie? I think his name was like something Shriver. He was an actor,
Okay.
and he would
Liv
crunch.
Schreiber.
He would crunch him. He would crunch a Dorito, and the whole world would fall apart.
They would just bust.
and that's from the 70s.
What about
Avery Shriver.
Is that his name?
Thank you,
Avery
Rob.
Shriver.
Of course,
That's
you
it.
know another Shriver.
What about you build your own nacho plate? With
I
people giving suggestions, different chips, different toppings.
Did I ever
There's
show
some-
you
But they have to do that
crunch
ahead of time in order to
Well, we
prepare.
like interactive. Though.
Let
You
me
have
show
to
you
have it
this.
right in front of
I'd
you.
love to build a charcuterie tray in front of
Yes.
everybody. This was one of my proudest accomplishments on a football Sunday. I want to say it was 3 years ago. I did table nachos.
Oh hell yeah!
That's my
Gorgeous.
entire dining room table
Oh, that's good.
covered in nachos. I would run that back.
Yeah.
Ariel, lovely suggestion. I'm going to attend it to your butthole. Pork rinds.
Yo, hey.
Pork rinds, a nice, crisp, crunchy,
Oh, yeah.
circular. Oh, it's the
Mhm.
calamari of the sea. Ironically, calamari comes from the sea. It's fucking pork rind. It's the calamari of the land.
Do you know that Katie and I have a friend who
Hold
does?
on.
Calamari
Of the sea.
Yeah.
Show title. Show title.
She builds these giant charcuterie boards
Yeah,
that
yeah.
cover your your
Right.
entire island.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. They're
Yeah.
so pretty you don't want to eat them.
Maybe you have somebody
Yeah.
set something like that up, and you
Okay.
just go to
I got
town.
another great suggestion here. Someone saying the sound of me slurping soup.
Mm.
An ASMR Rodney suggests, and God, I hope it's a Rodney that I know, Mr. Jones, if you're nasty, an ASMR of me slurping.
Maybe
a
with
really
some
nice-
long noodles in it. You suck a whole
Yes.
noodle.
Oh,
in.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Loud faux.
Faux. Yeah.
Loud faux is perfect for
Now,
slurping.
It's pronounced pho.
Thanks,
off.
Robbie.
Fuck you.
Hey. Now he started with pie. What about we get back to desserts at some point?
I would not mind getting back to like a nice crisp apple crumble. Now
Yeah.
the the pie didn't make any noise.
Right.
Right.
But it was the eroticism that I showed
Yeah.
and me sucking the fork clean and licking the plate like I could just put it right back in the cabinet. Yes, I would entertain the idea of maybe me even getting rid of the fork and going straight bare, jacking off knuckles right into a strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
We just 1-year-old the
Get there.
thing,
also
make a mess.
maybe like one of those, something like a flambe, something that's on fire before you eat it.
I'm gonna fuck myself.
Yeah,
Wait a minute. Okay.
That's a
This
negative.
is coming from the guy who just now. I'm legitimately worried about you, Joe.
Okay,
'Cause
continue.
Right before the show,
Mhm.
Right.
Joe and I are both have a Diet Pepsi
Right.
here, and you spilled it right here in front of the new keyboard that was spilled.
Waterproof. The reason we
Waterproof.
have this
Right.
is because of the DLP now annual tradition moving forward, Buzzed Gender
Yes.
Thanksgiving
Huge
Spectacular.
success.
I poured a whole fucking drink into that thing, ran back the Mickey coffee bit.
You were
I tell
drunk,
you that.
though.
I would
Right.
not drunk enough to do it. This is the beginning
got
of
it.
the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
But all of us tonight, just as sober as a judge, and you did you knocked. So here's where we got confused.
Yeah. You spilling it is not making me worried. It's what happened after.
After
Well, right. No, but here's the thing. Obviously, but did I say was it here and I moved this into this? Because I don't remember hitting it over. And
No.
all I did was, hear me out. All I did was see a spilled drink, and I just assumed that you spilled it. So I didn't hit it with my hand.
Where's the seam in the
You-
table?
All right.
There's a table, by the way. I don't know. We're
Right
going to
here.
get a brand new, beautiful new
Right
table. This is 2 smaller rectangular tables against each other with 1 tablecloth. I feel like you placed it.
Yeah,
feel
but
the
it,
step?
right, exactly. It's
You
not like I
placed it-
saw. You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
You placed it on the step. It fell over, but it's what happened after.
But those who aren't watching on YouTube or just listening.
Okay.
Let's say I did spill it.
Yeah,
I'm the closest one to the stairs.
correct. Right.
You're the farthest away. You have
Right.
to walk around.
Yes.
So you thought that I spilled it and just sat here and said, "Clean it up, Joe."
No,
Like, I didn't make any
It
effort.
didn't occur to
What
me.
kind of a dick would
you
I
came
be?
back down
Well,
and you lifted up your
also-
Pepsi can confusingly going, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This
So,
isn't the Pepsi
By
I
the way, it
spilled.
didn't hit my radar.
But
that-
you realize if
that-
I spilled that, I would run up. I would
would
do that.
assume if I spilled it, you would run up. I just thought you
But
would be
Rob didn't move a
because I have to
muscle.
walk all the way around,
That's a-
right?
It's a fair
So
point.
it doesn't,
Okay.
like I
I
said,
didn't
it
move
doesn't,
a single
No.
muscle.
doesn't hit my radar.
All right.
Yes, well, I don't think it's that strange that because I didn't see.
No. This is strange, Joe. You stood over here, and,
Right.
and you next to me, and you started cleaning it
Because
up.
I thought you
It wasn't
spilled
that
it.
big of a mess. And then you looked at my Pepsi can, looked at yours, and you goes, you were confused. Which can did it come from? Like
Yeah,
I looked at you. I'm not even trying to be funny here. I saw Gramps. I literally,
Okay, listen,
because you looked
you
like
did-
legitimately,
you look
I
like you
thought
vapor locked.
you were having a stroke.
You
This
locked
is
up.
crazy.
You didn't
Hey,
know
hold
who
on.
spilled it.
God, this is making me
You
crazy.
you were doing the weight of
Listen,
the Pepsi.
I did
and
not know who spilled it. I thought you spilled it. I didn't see it spill.
How
So
can you? It's right in front of you.
how is that so strange?
'Cause-
You had a Pepsi and I had a Pepsi. I saw a spilled Pepsi.
Because
He
it's
was
spilled in
holding-
front of yours.
I'm
How
pretty
can
sure you were holding your
Yeah.
Pepsi.
I would have had
Okay,
to
I didn't
got
see
up
that.
and poured it over
And
there.
listen, I'm
to
telling you,
reach.
this is not. This isn't. I don't think it's that strange. It probably was here. I set it on there. It's spilled. It's over there. I don't react. I don't start looking around and surveying to see who has Pepsis or whatever. I see a spilled Pepsi. I jump up. I go clean it up. I thought that it was yours. It was mine. It's not like I saw myself spill the Pepsi and I forgot from going upstairs.
You're
to coming back
you're
down
describing
here.
it very rapidly, and no inaccuracies, by the way. It's the moment you came back down and you were done cleaning, you sort of locked up and
Yes.
just stared into the
It
abyss
didn't make any
for
sense.
like a 6
Yes,
count.
right. You were legitimately confused.
Or
Yes,
like,
I didn't know why Rob would. Because remember, I thought Rob was the one that spilled it. So why would I then have the spilled Pepsi in front of me? Then I realized, oh, I was the one that knocked it over. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me.
maybe it's like how a car
Okay.
accident happens in a second. It feels like it takes an hour for you to
Right.
slam into the tree.
Yes.
That moment felt quick to you. It felt like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
Well, the
for Rob
fact
and I.
that you know that I spilled it changes things. I didn't know.
Well,
I thought it was
we
spilled
didn't-
by you.
Okay, but it never occurred to us that you didn't know that you spilled it. Robbie, you watching this at the time?
I'm sorry, I could not see you.
You
guys at
couldn't
that
see it
moment.
from here.
Mm.
Okay.
It was the distance of Rob's Pepsi
Yeah.
to him.
Also, the fact that if you guys are watching me spill a Pepsi, that's different than me looking up and seeing a spilled Pepsi.
Look, I just
Is
saw
this
that
interesting,
it
by the
spilled.
way?
I
Is
don't
this
know.
interesting?
People are chatting about
Is
it.
it interesting?
Is it interesting that I didn't see a spilled Pepsi and I thought you spilled it and then I was
I'm
wrong
just
about
saying,
it? Is
hey,
that really that
If
weird?
you spilled it on something and like that thing got ruined and we had to go to court, we would be talking
No,
to
of
Randolph
course.
Rice
Then,
about
no,
it.
then I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't
Randolph's gonna
realize.
help us.
I didn't realize I was the one that spilled it.
All right.
Now I do.
Mirtha Thesaurus want nothing to do with this case. Kyle, welcome to the show. Saying, Kyle says, hell of a first live show for me. Seems it's going to be the last over this Pepsi spill.
The Pepsi challenge.
It acts like this is the most interesting thing Joe has done in years. No, it's not, Mac. No, it's not, Mac.
We got something better coming.
By the end of the show, we were texted, myself and Rob. I ran this past Mudge. We're going to front sell to the end of the show.
I like it.
I had to read her the text.
Okay.
She still didn't understand what you were asking.
Okay.
And I still don't, but it involves intimate areas.
Yes.
It involves hair. It involves frequency. Speaking of this lovely man behind us, let's take a break and thank King Randolph. Hey, it's Justin here from the DLP Agenda, and from time to time you hear us coming on, having some fun alongside our friend Randolph Rice and everybody at Rice, Mirtha, Pesaurus. But I want to make sure you know, what we love and appreciate about Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus, your personal injury lawyers. They're the absolute best. They have 120 years of combined trial lawyer experience in Maryland state and federal court. I want you to get a hold of them 24 hours a day if you need a personal injury lawyer by calling 301-753-3440. That's 301-753-3440. Or again, go to ricelawmd.com. They are ready to fight for the best possible outcome in your case at Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus. So contact them today. Schedule a free case review and schedule a time to sit down and talk about your challenging legal issues. Tell them the DLP Agenda sent you. Rice, Mirtha, and Pesaurus, ricelawmd.com, your official injury lawyers.
You're listening to the DLP Agenda.
All right.
Do you want to get the exact wording of this?
The text?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
Random just texted me. He goes, I look so regal because you are.
Because you
Randolph.
are regal, Randolph.
Dressed like a king,
You're
general.
You're our Prince
All
Charles,
right,
now king, but
I'm
without
going
all
to
the
get this exactly.
hemophilia and
Okay.
inbreeding.
The other day, Joe texts. We have a little text group, just the three of us, me, Justin, Joe.
Yeah.
I have a topic for the next show. I think it will be a home run.
Okay.
Have either of you had one of your girlfriend's hairs work its way into your asshole? Like up in it where it had to be pulled out.
Mhm.
It happens to me once a month. Now, a lot of times I will have not heard of something or not experienced it.
Mhm.
And that sounded crazy to me, but I thought, look, maybe it's just me.
Sure.
It sounds like you got hair
Right.
pegged.
I go, LOL, no.
Okay.
And then when Justin goes, what the fuck?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I know. If Justin doesn't know,
No.
Never heard of it.
then
Well,
this
no,
is some
it's
weird
not.
shit.
It's not. First of all, thank God I brought it up during the same
Mhm.
dinner that I was speaking of before. And thank you, Jason Minzer, 2022 friend.
Now we know
said-
why he's your new
He
friend.
No
said
shit.
he goes, it's happened to
Birds
me.
of a
Okay.
feather.
Okay, so
Now-
this is what's happened.
Side
No,
note,
no,
we're
I-
looking for a new place for the Brotherly Love
Right.
Festival on the 20th because
Yes.
it's out of Minzer's hair-filled ass.
I would like to guess how. Take some guesses. First of all, Robbie, have you?
Yeah,
familiar
Robbie,
with
does this sound
phenomenon?
familiar to you?
Okay. We're talking about not in the cheeks. We're talking about in the asshole.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
in my
That was
asshole,
the
yes.
very next question.
Yes.
Robbie, excellent question. I was going to get biological with this. Now, have I found a hair betwixt teeth, obviously, betwixt teeth? It's the Macabre 2024. Get ready. I've found hair on my stuff
Right.
in the crack of my ass. But have you seen Chad Daniels' new special?
No.
Not for everybody, I believe. No, that's Pete Holmes' new special. He has a bit, the very beginning of the bit, whereas he says his son calls him with an emergency saying, Dad, I made a mess in the car. And he's talking about his son sat on the toilet and he has a bidet and the water shot up his asshole. And then somehow while sitting in the car, it floods out in the vehicle and it does the whole thing. And his whole point is, how's that possible? I have used a bidet quite a few times.
you
Every
kept it
toilet
up
in
in
Japan.
there.
And you don't keep it. It doesn't make it. There's a fucking seal. That's
Yeah.
that's a difficult thing to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
in that direction. One-way street for the most part.
So
Right.
How do you get
Well,
a hair which is not even firm, which is not like I could see a chopstick or a nice cold Twizzler
Chopstick.
Yes.
or a Twix with some effort,
yeah.
but a woman's hair.
Well, I had some guesses.
Assuming it's a woman.
And how much? But by the way, he also told us how much hair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
how many inches.
So,
Good, Rob.
so,
But
well, first of all, Robbie, has this happened to you?
Okay. Mimi has very thick, long hair, and it gets everywhere. And I've definitely had it on my junk and in the crack, but
Makes
I've
sense.
never had
Okay.
it in my asshole.
In-
So I'm
asshole.
thinking, how would this happen?
touching
Is Katie eating your ass? And I think she's probably not.
No.
Okay.
Is she headbutting your ass?
Then I was like, is maybe more weird and less likely. Does Katie use your ass as a pillow? Does
No, she
think,
does
"Oh,
not.
this looks comfortable.
Do you
I'm going
two-
to lie right there on your naked ass."
Yeah, she
'Cause that would
cuddles
make
up
sense.
like
No.
a tiny, like the world's
Right.
tiniest little hemorrhoid pillow,
Right.
where you'd usually put a hemorrhoid pillow.
Right.
Does she use a cleaning implementation that you then also use? A loofah, for
Right.
example.
Yeah.
She's scrubbing around,
That's
a hair
a good
gets
one.
in it.
No.
You go right up your grocery hole with it.
You sleep backwards, like where you're.
Yeah,
she sleeps
sometimes.
the other way.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, like your feet and her head.
No, never that.
You don't
That's what
69 sleep?
Never
Okay.
that.
And,
Never
and,
that.
and make sure I read the correct number. It was like, did you say it was like 7 to 8 inches deep?
And
So,
it's once a month.
Well, let me say this. So I started thinking about it.
That's that much.
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
Up
So,
your ass.
and of course, I don't know, but I can feel me pulling it.
I thought
All
of
right.
another way.
razor.
Yeah.
Same razor.
Do you swallow it and it goes through your digestive tract?
Oh,
That's the only
yes,
way I
yes,
can think.
Yes.
Well, yeah,
You're
but
eating your girlfriend's
but-
hair, you fucking weirdo.
no. I wonder
eating
if
her
listen,
hair.
Yeah. Is it getting in
she
the
has a
food that
lot
you're
of
making?
hair.
Cannibal.
I wonder
son
if
of a
I mean her
bitch.
hair is everywhere.
Yeah.
So I wonder if
clearly it is.
somehow a hair makes its way down my throat.
One of the hardest times I've ever seen Waldorf Pete laugh. He goes upstairs. This was 15 years ago. He's hyperventilating. He's laughing so hard. I run up to see what's happening. He can't get out the words. He's just pointing at his dog's ass. He's pointing at his dog's ass. And his dog looks to be in a state of discomfort. I run around the back. There must be 15 pieces of fresh, clean Christmas tinsel hanging out of the dog's ass. And what we deduced was that the dog ate something off the fucking tree,
Right.
ate a bunch of tinsel. It's plastic. It cleanly went through it, but then his butthole right before it was all the way, I was like, gotcha, and held on to it.
Mm.
And then we had to pull tinsel out of this dog's asshole, and it was quite a bit.
It
It was
the season.
hanging there. Maybe
7 to
let's
8
ha-
inches.
How
worth
come
of
you're not
hair.
shitting it
Let's
out?
have somebody make a debut. Hey, Katie.
Katie, we
So-
need you.
Here's the thing. So this is happening to me.
Okay.
Okay, it's happening.
How are you discovering it?
Okay, that's a good question because I don't remember how I discover it. Maybe I'm.
Are you fingering your
Oh,
ass?
no.
I just
yeah.
checked a side text. Katie has given us some theories
Yeah.
that we would love to hear. It is none other than
Oh,
Katie Robinson
she is,
joining us here
Stubbs.
on the program.
Yeah.
Katie, if you would like to slide into the Robinson position,
Look
welcome.
at you.
There will be a second
This show
companion.
got a lot hotter.
Now we're getting
Yeah.
clicks on this son of a bitch,
All
huh?
right. Let's
Okay.
read these texts.
Katie, may I read your texts?
Oh, okay.
You texted some theories.
Well, I guess that's
Yeah.
Can
fine.
can I
Yeah.
read both?
Well, I think you should read the theory about how I think the hair is making its way.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll start with that one. It's the
Because I'm
second one.
listening live upstairs, by the way. You guys sound great.
I appreciate
Thank
you
you.
saying that. Katie
Yeah.
helped build this entire goddamn studio. He probably uses a bar of soap that has my hair on it and it slides up. That was a theory of mine.
Yeah.
Right.
That he took like a loofah
Sure.
or something, but it's the amount of hair that's going up his ass that I could see. Is he goatsy? Is
So,
it that slack
I do
that he
happen
can
to
get
know.
hair up there? Because an asshole is snug.
So I happen to know he uses
I've tried to
bar to
violate quite a few.
skin. Like I don't know how everyone washes, but Joe goes bar of soap to skin.
Gotcha.
Okay, same.
And
Right,
he-
old school.
Right.
I
I
do
use
that too.
I use a loofah.
So do I.
So he uses bar of soap, and I know that bar of soap will get some of my hair
Right.
stuck to it. So I'm wondering if when he's like back there, he's really, really scrubbing, and it's sort of getting eaten up by his asshole.
I need to make a
Okay.
correction. I found a chunk in the text that answers a little question of mine. I said, "What the fuck?" Joe says, "This is just me." He goes, and I'll read here. I swear I pull 8 to 10 inches of hair. That's just shy of a foot of hair.
Okay, another
Up your ass.
possibility.
Can I
You're-
say one other
a
thing? real
guy
quick?
with a hairy shaft is banging you? in the
Real
ass.
quick.
Is that a possibility?
Real quick.
Can we
Werewolf's
just throw it out
fucking
there?
you. He's
Yeah.
getting banged by
Yeah.
a werewolf,
Are we
which
sure
is
it's
not around.
Katie?
I'm not even. It's all right. Katie's in the shot.
Team Edward.
It's also very. I'm not lying. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
It
Oh, when you
does.
pull that
Yeah.
It
out.
feels good.
Oh yeah, it's got to be like
Okay.
one of those little champagne
So-
poppers.
Okay, hold on though.
I
wanna-
pulled out slowly.
but I want to go back to your bathing. You're telling me, like, I have a loofah, a
Oh, no.
body wash, but then I wash my ass with a washcloth.
Yeah.
That's
no.
just for the ass.
Okay.
Are you telling me you're putting a bar of soap, you're washing your ass, and then you're washing your face with a bar of soap?
So admittedly, this has happened to me before with
Mhm,
my own
mhm.
hair.
Okay.
So
Their own ass hair.
I just
Go
don't know how
on.
it's happening.
Tell us more about your hair in your ass.
Well, it's very it's very similar to
Okay.
Joe's.
Is it
Okay.
Okay, well,
satisfying?
that means it's not so crazy.
Okay.
If it's happening to her,
Is anyone in the chat
Oh,
saying that it happens to them?
Yeah.
Kelsey says if you sleep in the bed naked, it could happen.
Yeah.
What else here? Bar to skin is sick. People are saying. Sorry, you got a couple. You got a couple of us in here.
Yeah.
Kyle, I would rather slam my dick in a waffle maker than discuss that piece of shit Baldur's Gate. And Rodney says the only way I can think of is if you ate it and then backed it out. That's the only way. It's the
I
amount
don't think that's that.
ingested while sleeping and then it untangles. How do you?
by the way, a hair is so tiny.
It's so tiny.
It can make it into a closed
Yeah.
asshole. A hair can.
So how are you discovering this?
That's
I'm
a
gonna
good question.
try
I
it
never even
tonight.
think about that. I guess scratching or whatever.
But I would
And
think
then
if you
Because remember, Katie's hair, it's probably 2 feet long, right? And it was even
Right.
longer. So, you know,
but once you take a shit, it should be gone.
well, no, I don't.
So it has to
Once
happen.
you have a movement, it should take the
Yes.
hair with you.
You would think, I don't know.
How powerful is this hair?
When it happened, it hasn't happened. It doesn't sound like it's happening as much
Mm.
as it happens to
He
Joe.
says it
But
happens monthly.
mine, oh, that's
Monthly.
that's-
He's pulling
that is
your hair
so
out of his
excessive.
asshole about a foot's worth.
No,
This is
is
biologically
Right.
improbable.
no, that's doesn't seem.
Well, no, it's not.
challenge
it's
you.
happening because Katie says it's happening to her.
I challenge you.
Not
Not
once a
happening to me
month.
monthly.
Listener.
But it's happened, right?
Kelsey,
It's
right
happened.
now, go to the bathroom. Kelsey, a beautiful, long, thick hair. I've run my fingers through it. Right now, $50. Prove it. If you can get a hair up your ass,
Yes.
which is actually, you're actually living the old timey saying,
The
you've got a hair up
expression,
your
yeah.
ass. See if you can get a hair. Like I could pluck one of Mudge's hairs out. I could borrow one of your hairs.
Mm.
And I mean, when I get a suppository up there,
Try to
which
work
is
it up
and
into
try
your
and
ass.
work
Yeah.
it up into my ass, I'm
I
gonna
don't think you can do
fail
it. Yeah.
100 times out
Yeah.
of 100.
No, right.
Okay.
I disagree.
I don't think I can.
Can we get some of your hair and go home with
Can
it?
I
Listen.
borrow one strand of your
It's
hair?
not
Of
creepy at
course.
all. We're just gonna put it in her ass.
I'll let you sit here right now. I'll go upstairs and try to get your hair up my ass.
Have you ever eaten?
I'll do it right now.
I'll do it right now.
Give me a hair. I'm going to put a hair up my ass right now. Give me your hair. Give me
You
your
can take here.
I'm going to let you pull it.
Jesus.
You pull one out.
Okay.
I'm going to go around the
How-
corner. And I'm
All
going
right.
to try and give me
Please do.
one single
Yeah.
strand.
Oh my.
Oh,
Ah.
God.
Oh,
Damn.
Jesus.
Okay.
That looked painful.
Okay.
That's
Here
going
we
in-
go. Can you see?
Hey,
Can you see
Welcome
that?
to your new home.
Welcome.
Hey.
All right, Katie, why don't you sit in my
Hey,
chair?
yeah.
I'm
you
going
want
to
it
try and
back
shove hair
afterwards?
up my.
Yeah.
I'll give it back to you.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll give it back to you. Okay. I'm not trying to
Now,
be
Joe,
rude.
how are you discovering this? Like you're just
All right, I'm going to go around the corner.
Yeah. all right. How are you discovering that there's a hair in your ass?
Well, obviously,
Like you
I
feel it?
Yeah,
Okay.
obviously, I feel
So
something.
you feel like some sort of itch or
I
something?
feel
down there?
something. I go in there. I feel the hair. I start pulling it,
Okay.
and I can literally
explain to me how are you in the bathroom? Are you
no. It's
lying on your
almost-
bed? Are you like spread eagle?
It's almost always
Ass
at
up,
night.
face down?
I'm laying on my side. I feel something back there.
Yeah.
I do a little itching. I feel the hair. I start pulling
Yeah.
it, and I pull, and I can feel where it's coming from, and it's sliding out.
Justin's yelling from upstairs.
Justin's yelling, no way. He's saying it's no way. It's not possible. And Justin knows how to put things in his ass. This guy is a professional.
I never claimed that I could do it. Somehow it's maneuvering its way
All
in
right.
there.
Maybe
the
you
way-
should have your own
Well,
soap.
hold on.
Maybe we can have
okay,
his
the
and hers
soap's a
bar
different
soap.
issue. We can discuss that. But Minzer already said it's happened to him. Katie said it's happened to her. What was that?
Is it possible you're scratching?
Please do.
Are you scratching your ass maybe? And maybe
Yeah.
that some of my hair is like in your boxers.
No,
and
I
it's-
don't think I'm scratching it into my butthole. I'm definitely not doing that. I'm definitely finding it. I feel something. I find it. I feel a hair. I start pulling it. I
Okay.
can feel it's like. By the way, also, I don't know what the nerve endings are like. It might not even be coming out of my. It just feels like it is.
Do you use wipes?
No. When we have them, I do, but we
Okay.
don't usually have.
Something.
them.
Is it possible that one of her hairs gets near the wipe thing?
No,
You're
I-
saying,
I-
you're saying, is it possible? This happening so often that
It's got to be something that you do on a regular basis.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's got to be the bar of soap.
So
I mean,
it's
that's what, it has
that's
to be.
what I think
But
it is.
Katie doesn't use the bar of soap.
Well, okay. Is it? She's not. Oh, you think she's in the middle of the night putting hair in your ass? Is that what she's doing?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So you tried, Justin. Tell
Okay.
me, how did you try to
Have
do
you ever
this?
heard the term? And my dad used to
Mm.
say this a lot. He had a lot of like colloquialisms.
He has
He
a
said
saying about this.
it's like trying to play pool with a noodle,
Yeah.
where it ain't gonna work.
Mhm.
Okay, and
Uh.
it's the hair. There's no rigidity to it. There's nothing. I mean, I got about a half a centimeter sticking out of my fingertips, just enough for, and even then, it just was yoink, yoink,
You ever
yoink,
eat,
nothing.
you ever eat ramen noodles
I
and
love
you
ramen.
swallow some, but not all of it, and you have to
And you can
pull.
pull it back out.
And
Yeah.
My brother used to get it and to go through his nose and then pull it out. You ever seen a kid do that?
Disgusting.
He'd fucking floss with a noodle.
Power
No,
move.
I never
Oh
saw a
man,
kid
next
do
time we
that.
get pasta,
Yeah.
we're doing that shit.
Nice.
But
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think maybe a part of it gets lodged up and it just keeps making its way, and then I don't know.
It's making it
Okay.
past the doorway. It's making it past the sphincter, which is meant to keep shit out in that direction. And Lord knows I've tried.
Are you cooking something? Because you cook all the food. Joe doesn't do anything.
Do you really believe that he's eating just like buckets of my hair?
I mean,
I mean,
no.
not
I
really.
think maybe there's one dish
I'm
that,
not ready
for
to say
whatever
no.
reason, a hair gets in it.
Let's be clear. I don't cook very often.
Okay, but
I don't cook nearly as often enough for him to be
you
finding.
cook once a month. There we go.
Yes, once a month. That's what it's happening.
That
Hey,
time of the
She's
month.
brushing her hair into the casserole. Ah, flavor.
I did cook
Yes.
tonight, so I
Yes.
guess we'll
Oh,
see
tonight. Go check your asshole, Joe.
if that happens.
Wait. Oh, you have to shit
Probably has
first.
to work
Yeah.
its way through my
Got
body,
you.
is
Yeah.
my guess.
You
Yeah.
very comfortably showed us the colonoscopy results of the inside of a frankly rather smooth asshole. It was very, very nice.
Maybe that's why it's so easy. It's it's encumbered by nothing.
I would be
There you
willing
go.
to see a video of you pulling it out of your ass. I need to see it.
You know
I
how
need to
hard
see
that
it.
would be to do.
Fucking make the effort,
Dude, something would
okay?
be hard.
It's
Hello.
it's a 2-man shoot. Okay. So you're gonna really test the boundaries of your marriage
Yes.
as she gets her asshole Scorsese on. I'm still so fascinated that not that it's just happened, it's the frequency,
Yes.
it's the depth. I think you're ingesting it because of how deep it's into you. 10
Mhm.
inches is no small amount.
No.
I'm also spitballing. It could be
Right.
less.
I
Here's the
believe
deal.
you.
Guys
when I-
usually round things.
It feels
They
it-
make
yeah.
10 inches.
2 inches is impressive.
I think about the amount of time it takes me to go ahead and extract it completely.
Mm.
Do you
right.
moan?
What's that?
Do you moan?
Now we've talked about like the idea of the Packers golf ball that I beat Restivo
Oh
with,
yeah.
having an auction. Would you take a hair and put it in a plastic bag and
I don't-
maybe we put it up as
God,
an item?
I don't. Katie probably wouldn't allow it, right?
Who the fuck is paying for that?
Oh,
Hey,
a lot of people.
I'm gonna read
somebody-
off some
Yeah.
names in here,
Yeah. right.
including but not
Hey,
limited
have
to.
you ever heard of Rob Shoemake?
You ever heard of Kelsey? You ever heard of Shoemake?
Can I-
Hackman,
Can I
Hildebrand,
address
Ariel.
something since we're talking about
Damn
hair
Blair.
and shower and so
Oh, Van Arsdale.
Someone is
I want-
playing with my butthole.
Yeah.
Good drop.
I would like to confront Joe
Oh.
about something.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
And
I'm sitting on
You
this
have
side.
the floor.
Go ahead.
so when I'm in the shower, I take my razor and I'm shaving my legs and
Mhm.
I look around and I'm like, well, there's no other razors in here. And like, are you using my razor to like shave your balls? Like, what are you using? Because there's not been a razor in the shower other than mine for
Before you answer,
months.
I have to go start my car. Because if it's a yes, if it's a yes,
So I
Katie's gonna
had
catch a fucking
I have
body.
used your razor. I have definitely not used your razor to shave my balls. I remember I have that tool.
I'll say it.
Yeah.
He's been using your razor to shave our balls.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, lift it up.
Sorry.
No,
we're,
I-
gonna wait till Christmas.
We're the smooth boys.
No, I have that. I literally have a ball shaver. I also
Yes,
shave my
so do
neck
I.
with this. I use my neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen it.
Right.
Right now I don't know where it is because I took it to Orlando.
What's
with
the
me, and
brand called?
It's called,
Manscaped?
yeah, that's exactly what
Yeah.
it's called. And the
Manscaped,
Yes.
the charger's in the other bathroom. But I use it to shave my neck too. But I'm always careful about shaving because I usually go down and get my beard and neck trimmed at the
Right.
at the place because I don't want to put hair anywhere. Around
Max
the sink.
asking you, Katie, is there gray hair in that razor?
Well,
That would be a giveaway.
here. Well, it's funny.
Yeah, good point.
I think Joe, knowing Joe, he would make sure there's no remnants before, which is why I wanted to ask, because I think that if he was going to use it, would you agree, Joe? You would try to get rid of any.
Does it look like somebody
yeah.
tried to shave a moldy apricot?
Just like when I shave around the sink, but I never pull it off, so you'd know. But like I said, I'm telling you, I've used your razor before, but it's been a long time since I've used your razor.
It sounds like Katie believes that you have shaved your balls with her razor.
I definitely have not shaved my balls with her razor. I haven't done that. Yeah, I haven't done that, but I have a tool to do it with, but I don't even usually use that.
Do you
very
use a
often.
razor? Because I use a buzzer and just get close. Because if I do a razor on my
No,
stuff,
I don't use a razor. I have
get
this.
bumpy.
It's a lawn. It's called like the man lawn or something, the manscape
Okay.
or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's just for the groin area.
Just for
basically.
the
Girls get like a full wax.
Mhm.
Are there places that will shave
a
guys'
ball barber.
balls for you?
A ball barber
Yeah.
should exist.
A ball barber should
The
exist.
butthole should be. That's the hardest thing to
should.
shave.
Whoa, what
Robbie.
do we got going on here,
Yeah.
sir?
I know
Good
Robbie
Lord.
shaves his asshole
Oh,
very
yeah.
meticulously.
No, I think there's an opportunity here
Looks
for
like an unbreaded onion.
to make some money.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think that
You want to? Is this your new business?
no, I'm not
idea?
interested in doing
Okay.
it.
No, but he's giving someone out there that feels
Sure.
like making a couple of $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
The ball barber.
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
wants to trim. It just occurred to me that Joe's asshole is like a clown's handkerchief. You're just pulling out nonstop amounts of.
Do we have somebody that can make like an animated? Like we have this segment playing,
Yeah.
and they can just animate it as like
The-
with that literally.
Yes,
just
please.
pulling that
amount
hair
is
out of his hair.
nonstop.
That's in my
Benny
asshole
Hill
is based on the amount of time it takes to pull it out, right? So I just feel like you're sliding it out, and I'm like, that feels like about.
When do
8
you
inches.
know, by the
well,
way?
what about the saying "a wild hair up your ass"?
Yes.
A wild hair up your
There
ass.
you go.
Isn't that the saying? I mean,
That's-
there-
you're the living
It
saying.
came from somewhere.
I once made love in the
Go
doggy
on.
style position.
no,
with a
you
woman.
didn't.
No. Those days.
Yes, a lot of love making.
A lot of love making as I stared at the crown of her
Yeah.
thinning hair.
Yes.
And this woman at the time was my younger days, and she had in her her front was pretty trimmed up,
Mm.
but
Oh boy.
up in the gooch and everything was a fucking disaster.
Nice.
And there was one that was sticking out way farther than the others. It was like this alpha hair. I pulled on that thing. And you would have thought I put a cigarette out in her fucking eyeball. The reaction that
You intentionally pulled on it?
I was staring at it. It was staring at
Couldn't
me.
help it. He had to.
The hair was looking bad. It was fucking taunting me. And I mean, I already did this and was like, oh, that's bad. It was like the sourdough
You
loaf.
clearly were making love.
I'm
Then.
like, oh, yeah. And so I shut the treasure chest, but there was this one hair that was still out. And I just there, and I just went down, and I didn't yank it, but I just went, I give it a little pull. And just, oh, like, I'm sorry. I
thought you were just beating that up.
thought I was wrecking him. My little
Now,
4.5
did
inch
you
pecker.
bust?
I still did. Yeah. Oh, when she freaked out and
didn't.
tensed up, I immediately let one loose. But it was and she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I thought there was a hair on."
The
you."
look on Katie's face.
Yeah.
It's just.
It
She's
better
like,
be for
how do I
her
let
hairy-
these motherfuckers
Was
in my
she
house?
a human?
She was lesser. Yeah. Life had been unkind to her. Okay. I mean, she found herself, face down, her
Okay.
shag carpet covered in cigarette ash and her ass in the air in front of me. While I'm just yanking on her butt like I'm about to, again, pop the top on a champagne popper. That might be where the wild hair up
Yeah.
your ass thing came from.
Let's go with that.
But my other
Well, like I
question,
said,
though,
there's two people that we talked to, Katie and Minzer, that said that they've had this experience. Maybe not the frequency but it is something that happens.
okay, we're going to poll the crowd. We got a ton of people, Bergson, Ariel,
Yeah.
Ronnie. Hey, this is a safe place. We're going to delete the chat afterwards. No one's going to know. Who here has
Yeah, be
legitimately ever found, as Rice Merlin Pasource joins us in the goddamn chat of all times for our premier sponsor to join us?
Yeah.
Randolph, turn away, turn
Classy
the volume
show.
down. You want nothing to do with this
Not a
bad
thing.
boy. Has anyone here ever actually legitimately found a hair in the hole? Not in the crack, and just in the hole itself, in any amount. I still think Joe is the world record holder. My wife sheds all over the place.
Mac and Scott say 0.
0 from Mac. Kelsey has
Yes.
just said yes.
All
Kelsey,
right.
is it your hair? Hackman
Hackman, no.
knows.
Shoemake,
Shoemake,
no.
0. I have found a hair in the hole multiple times, says Rodney.
Rodney.
Dan
Dan
Blair, at
is
least
twice.
twice.
Yes.
All right.
Other than my own hair, no. Katie Robinson, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for.
Anytime.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. If you enjoy the studio around you,
Mm.
know that she was basically 90% the reason for ordering it,
It's just
setting
really
it up, building it, designing it. So if
reason
you
for
love,
everything,
basically, she is our rock.
Yeah.
The alpha is Katie, the omega is Randolph. So anything around us you see, it's got everything to do with you two. You want to take a quick
Thanks,
break?
guys.
Why don't you set up this Laughs Count Anywhere segment?
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening to Last Count Anywhere, if you're not, I should say you should start listening. I think it was our best episode ever.
Hilarious.
Here's a little tease of what we talked about.
And you know what? The one thing that I wish Rhea Ripley shared in common with China that I don't think she's capable of, anal.
Having the clit the size of a fucking green bean.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go giant clip, but you went anal.
Size of a baby
Justin
carrot.
Schlegel. Just when you think you know him.
Yeah, I zig when I go and zag up your butt. Yeah.
Zag up your butt. Good show title. Okay. Also going to be the clip that we play on the DLP agenda for the tease. I was going to do the 12-year-old with Sasha Banks. Maybe we'll do 2. I don't know.
Yeah, we could do a double tease.
It's been a good
We could do a
episode.
double tease.
Yes, right on cue there with the zag up the butthole.
Zag
Yes,
directly
yes.
up the butthole.
Now,
I feel very vindicated. I
Yeah.
know we're changing subjects by the chat. Thank you, chat. Of course, Bergson, he would never have my back, even if he had an
Never.
entire.
not a,
Yes,
never.
and
The chat is coming to your defense. I
Mhm.
have to say,
Thank you, chat.
the chat is coming to Joe's defense right now. A lot of people saying they're fine hairs.
Mhm.
Topic for another time,
Yeah.
but another debate raged pretty hard inside of the texts between us based off of Laughs Count Anywhere.
in that episode, it's funny because Eric was about to tell us. We were talking about Sasha Banks, who left
Yes.
the WWE. She's probably one of their biggest female stars ever. A couple years ago, and rumors that she was going to come back, and you not really interested in her, not a fan.
Never quite got her.
And as Eric was about to tell a story about how he and I were out somewhere doing comedy and it was a Friday night, and this is before I got back into wrestling.
yes.
And SmackDown was on the TV, and I looked up and I saw Sasha Banks, and Eric, I was like, "Who's that?"
You fell
Right,
head over
very-
heels.
very
That's a Rob
attractive.
special.
Right? And Eric, as he was telling this story before he got to that point, you mentioned that to you, she looks like a 12-year-old.
She looks
So
okay. Now this
as Eric's telling a story about how I'm so attracted to her,
Yeah.
it got me to watch
But
wrestling
she's
again.
not 12.
no,
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 okay.
no,
Well,
no,
well,
no. She's
Well,
like
that's what I'm saying.
30s,
Yes.
late 20s, 30s.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm showing Joe an example of someone that I happen to find pretty attractive. Her name is Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
She's got the
Who
muscles.
you mentioned in that clip.
She's got the androgyny. That's who you just heard in there.
Yes.
She's got them fangs. She's got them yums. She's all
Oh,
woman.
she's got big boobs
Big,
too, right?
big
Okay,
old
got
juicy
it. Okay.
titties.
No,
Yes, this is who
Mhm.
I happen to find. Just to give you a sort of a
Yes.
0 point for me. And she's also just a hard hitting, throwing the men around kind of
Got
shit
it.
kicker. Rhea
Yes.
Ripley does everything for me. Sasha Banks, to Rob's point, has always been a very super over the moon star in the WWE. She
She's
walked
in
out.
The Mandalorian.
She was in the Mandalorian. She
I watched The
leaves.
Mandalorian. Let me
Okay.
say.
So this is. I'm trying to find a picture of
Yeah.
her.
While you're
There's
looking
this-
for it, did
This is Sasha Banks.
She's tinier.
She doesn't look like a 12-year-old to me.
Look, if it's not like Bianca Belair is a black superstar who I would
I
find
see what
more
you're saying.
attractive.
I think
but
she's thin and she has small
she's-
boobs.
She's got.
And she
thin
has
everything.
no ass and no hips.
There's, I mean,
mean-
that keyboard has more curves.
Okay,
Yeah.
you do like Asian women. They're not exactly known.
But I do like
Yeah.
I do like the
Okay.
occasional unicorn. Shout out
All
to y'all
right.
Korean ladies out there.
Mhm.
Y'all got them fangs back there. Okay, it goes in the order: Vietnamese, South Korean, Cambodian, Japanese, Chinese, and hey, sorry, North Korea, you're coming in dead last.
So she's attractive.
Beautiful woman.
You're right. You're right, Justin, in that she doesn't have a big butt. She doesn't have
No.
big hips. She doesn't have big boobs.
She also hits with all, and I know I wish I could
Mm.
disconnect these two things,
Right.
their wrestling
can.
ability with my sexual interest
Robbie,
in them.
Right.
look her up.
But
Robbie.
she hits with all the impact of a sleepy Evan. I mean,
You know,
she has
that doesn't hit my
zero-
radar, but I know it hits
zero
your-
mustard
Yeah,
on
yeah.
any of her stuff. So I see Rhea Ripley.
By
Who
the
would
way, I'm
fucking
still
kill
attracted
me?
to women that can't beat me up.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
attracted to
Yeah.
women that'll beat the shit out of me. Looking at you, Ariel. I'm waiting for you to crack me across the face once. Watch how shocked you are when I bust when you elbow me. So to see her, and I've never quite understood the fervor for her.
Mhm.
And people are like, oh my God, she's so hot. She's so hot. I
Is
mean,
she a
at one
good
point-
talker? I know you like
Great
that
on the
too.
mic.
She's
Okay.
great on the mic.
Great on the
yes.
mic. But I mean, at one point, she was like 50% hair. Like her entire
Hey,
persona.
I guarantee you. Yes.
Joe loves that.
Oh man, I'd be yanking that out of my ass like an artichoke.
Scott Burton says Tiffany Stratton. No, 100%.
Oh yeah,
Stratton is
100%
amazing.
Stratton.
That's-
Yeah.
All right, it's tough to follow Katie.
It's very tough.
What else do we have? Because clearly, go.
Oh,
let
I
us
got
know.
a big one.
By the way, let us know who you think Sasha Banks hot or not. That's a good
If I
question.
could put Sasha's head on Rhea Ripley's body, that'd be ideal.
There you go.
I like those
Yeah.
deep, dark black
I wanna-
lips.
Quick shout out to my buddy Aaron. I met him on the golf course a couple months ago, and I saw him today. And I think we're going to play this Friday.
You made a
Okay.
friend?
I made a friend, and he said he
Look at you.
subscribed to the YouTube.
Hell
He's
yeah.
been watching it. He and his old lady. He calls
I'm sorry,
her
his name again?
Aaron.
Aaron, shout out Aaron.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Aaron
you,
went to
man.
high school with Amelia.
Oh,
from
that's
98.
right.
Yes. So shout out Aaron. But it did make me think he's subscribed. The YouTube page is pretty new. We have thousands of listeners.
Yeah.
We don't have thousands of YouTube subscribers.
Oh yeah.
yet.
So if you're
So
listening,
get on that.
yeah. By the way, it takes 2
Please.
seconds to
Yes.
subscribe.
Just
so,
hit a subscribe. Also,
yeah, go
hit
do
a-
that.
Like the videos,
Yes.
comment on them. Also, if you could please, I learned recently through, and I'm learning about algorithms. It's the most boring shit ever. But if
it's
you go to,
important.
if you go to search for us, instead of finding us through links on social, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, if you could go directly to YouTube and type in the DLP agenda,
That helps
Oh,
us.
that
you
helps.
apparently
Okay.
get like a 10th of the algorithmic credit
That's
from
smart.
linking to another site. YouTube wants you to go to YouTube.
Got it.
TikTok wants you to go to TikTok.
Gotcha.
If you end up there, good. But if you go there, and I learned this from Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast will tweet out a video link, or excuse me, a video title.
Mhm.
I gave 5,000 guys brand new penises. Go watch my video. He doesn't link to it. He has a post about it, no link. So then you have to go to YouTube, type in
Okay.
Mr. Beast, and he gets mega credits for it. So
It's
please,
weird because
please
every
do that.
time I search for something, I just put it in the URL bar. You know what
Oh
I'm
yeah,
saying?
like in Google Chrome or
yeah,
Explorer,
yeah. So that doesn't help us.
Go to
Yeah.
YouTube and then type in the search on YouTube.
Got it.
For the DLP
Okay.
agenda or for
Of course, I subscribe.
Katie's hair and Joe's ass.
Yeah.
Hit like and subscribe.
Mhm.
Do you know that my name might not be Justin?
What do you mean?
All right.
I should have taken a photo of this, and I've been texting my brother for like a day, and he has not responded. He might have found out about the Brotherly Love Music and Film Festival, and he's not responded to 5 of my texts. He's probably pissed. So famously, infamously, or maybe not at all, that Justin, I have a hyphenated name. I do not have a middle name. My first name is Justin Daniel. My mom's
I didn't
name,
know
you
that.
didn't know that? Did you know that? My
No,
your,
I
you know
didn't.
that.
Your first
Is that what's on
name,
your-
Hold on. Your first name is
Justin Daniel.
hyphen Daniel.
That's
or
horrible.
Justin Daniel?
That's horrible.
My mom's name, Mary Beth, brother or sister's name,
So-
Betsy Sue.
So there's a hyphen or not?
Thomas Lee, Justin Daniel, that I have since like amputated into a middle name.
Okay, but nobody like Marianne, like Mary,
Marianne, one word.
ANN.
Oh, dude, you never been to fucking
There's no
Appalachia?
hyphen.
Bobby Sue,
Oh,
Jimmy
yeah,
Lee.
No, but I understand.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
But you
No,
said like a last name.
my
like a-
cousin was called Bobby Joe, but his name was Robert Joseph. You follow
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You're saying that your first name is Justin Daniel.
Justin hyphen Daniel.
It's not.
Well, good.
No, it's worse
Oh no,
because they misspelled fucking Daniel on the birth certificate.
Okay.
okay.
My first name might be Justin Danielle.
No, it's not.
Justin
Your first name is
Daniel.
My
Justin
first name might
Danielle.
be Justin Danielle.
Spell it. Spell it.
Daniele.
So they,
There's an
just,
E at the
they
end.
spelled Daniel, but they just put an E at the
They
end.
fucked up Daniel.
That 100% is not Daniel.
That's Danielle.
That is
It's
Danielle.
Danielle.
Now, most
Now-
Danielles have an extra L, but still, if you had to pick whether or not it's Daniel or Danielle, it's 100% more Danielle.
It's fucking Danielle. It's Danielle. And I showed it to my dad. And I go, did you guys, is this the spelling
wrote-
of my
who-
name? Well, it was typed Daniel, but it's handwritten Danielle on this old birth certificate.
Listen, if you had to pick which one was more accurate, it would be the one where somebody put pen to paper. Fuck. Because there's such thing as a typo. But if you're writing it out,
No, I think the typing would mean.
I
don't know.
No,
my
no, I agree
Social
that it's more-
security card
We have a
says
lawyer.
Daniel,
okay, I know that's not your name. Your name is on your birth certificate.
and it's written in ink.
Okay,
What
listen.
about your passport? They're asking.
When-
Mark said.
Well, yeah, but these are all things that you follow. I mean,
Yeah.
the actual your real name
Yeah.
is what's on your birth certificate. It doesn't matter what's on these other documents. Your real name is what's on your birth certificate. Now, Rob might be right that it's
What if they
more.
put the E at the end of, if I was Justine Danielle? What would be worse? Where's worse to put the E? At the end of Justin or Daniel?
God,
Where's the worst
if your
place?
real name was Justine, that's
I'm
worse.
fucked,
worse.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
but Rob is right that legally, probably the typed name is more legally binding. But I don't know, because what happens is you can have a giant typed document, but the way to make that official is to take a pen,
Yeah.
and it can be the only thing that's actually signed or written down is the signature,
But
and
a signature,
and that makes it official.
but you can't. You could say you have bad handwriting.
Fair enough, but I don't know how you have.
Like, do you know the history of Oprah's name?
Yeah, isn't it?
It's a misspelling.
Oh, I thought it was Harpo backwards.
It's Orpah. Orpah is a
Oh, is that
biblical
right?
name, and
Okay.
someone fucking flipped it. And guess what? Her fucking name's Oprah now.
What's
Well,
it
yeah.
say on your passport?
It says Justin Daniel Schlegel.
Not Danielle.
It does not say Danielle.
So
There's
you
no
have
E at the end. It's not on my
illegal-
license.
What
You have
if-
a legal passport?
None of that.
What if you were on your way to another country and they go, "I'm sorry, sir, this is not your name.
You're stuck.
This
in,
isn't you. You
you're
can't
stuck
go."
in Champagne. Dan,
I
Danielle.
luckily always carry a wig on me, and I'll throw that. I'll go in the bathroom. I'll come
Yeah.
right back out. I'll knock my voice up an octave or two. But I was actually legitimately going to hit up like Randolph later this week and
Can
go,
you legally
like,
change?
hey, is my name fucking Justin Danielle?
Here's a
Because if
question:
it is, that shit's got to get fixed yesterday.
if you find out that is your name,
JDSS. Oh God.
are you? If you find out your name is Justin Danielle, you're leaving it, right? You're not going to change it.
It's honestly the funnier of the two options.
Yeah, right.
Scott Bergson, sister of Mac, makes a pretty good point. Probably explains the need for the extra testosterone. That's
Yeah.
the reason.
Yes.
That's the reason I got
It
low
is.
T is because
That
my
makes
mom,
sense.
who's as dumb as I am, apparently, let's never forget the calamari of the sea, added a fucking E to the
Well,
end
let
of
me ask you
Daniel
this,
and
too.
spelled it Danielle.
Is because you're smart. I know you try to make fun of yourself, but you're actually a smart guy.
Yeah, I talk.
Are you a
fast.
good speller?
Yeah, I'm a middle of it.
Okay, you're not like just notoriously.
There's
Eric-
words I fuck up regularly.
Yeah.
Immediately, I will never spell correctly. Business, I can.
Yeah, definitely
Yeah.
is a word I can't spell. I just can't. do it.
Definitely, immediately, I'm not
definitely.
good. Yes.
I avoid it. I try to say another word.
When I
Yes.
type it out, it gets the red
Yeah.
line under it. I right
Yeah.
click and I
Yeah.
get it spelled correctly. For whatever reason, I can't make it work. We have a shout out to Eric Woodworth. He can't spell anything.
I
Not-
mean,
not a thing.
basic shit.
Yeah.
He can't
He
spell.
is-
He fucks his own name.
Yes,
right.
and he's not dumb,
There's no T in Eric.
He's not
but
dumb.
he cannot spell.
I'm Terrence
So-
Tudworth.
Do you know if you're? I don't know who fills out a birth certificate. I guess
the parent or a
right. But
nurse
did
did,
your
or
dad fill it out?
I
Did your
didn't ask.
mom?
That's
you
a
never
question
filled
I-
it out when your
I
kids
don't
were born?
remember. I don't remember filling it out.
I didn't
You
fill
made-
mine out.
You made the women do it as her just
As her
had a baby.
blood
Hey, fill out
spills
the
on her
paperwork, bitch.
She's still got the fucking epidural needle sticking out of her back. They just
Yeah.
sewed her stomach up.
Would you like?
I need you to sign
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah.
For
By the way,
solidarity, my middle name is Henry. Would you like me to change it to Henrietta just to make you? Feel
Oh my God,
comfortable?
Rob Henrietta
hey,
Mayer.
Michelle, Michelle.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay.
Let's take
Joe
the-
Mitchell, Justin Danielle Schlegel. God,
I
damn.
will real quick. When my son Joey was born, it was the first diaper I ever changed. Was my own son's. I'd never changed a diaper before.
That makes sense.
Had you changed a diaper before? You're Evan.
No, I don't think
Okay.
I had.
And did you change the first diaper?
No. One of the nurses in there.
Do you know what comes out of a
Oh,
kid?
the fucking weird
The
oil
first-
sludge. There's a name.
Is there
for
a
it.
hair?
There's a
There's-
name. Nothing but hair.
It's filled. It looks like an afro.
Yeah.
No, it's filled with it. I'm
It's
telling
got a
you,
name. Who knows the name of it? They told me the name.
Meconium.
It's something similar to
meconium,
that.
something like
It's
that.
it's basically this kid didn't shit
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
not 9 months, but when it began to have a digestive
Yeah.
system, it's not going to shit inside a mom and have her go septic. Are you familiar with this stuff,
No,
dude?
And I
am-
don't
You know, it's
wanna
like, it's
be.
like
It's a-
molasses.
It's a soft
Yeah.
serve machine of dark, angry,
Yeah.
vaginal oil.
It's a lot more like syrup than it is like
It's
shit.
Yeesh.
awful.
And I
It's tar.
remember changing the first diaper, and you have these wipes, and
not enough.
I was
Meconium.
wiping and wiping
Yeah.
and wiping and wiping.
What's Chris
and-
Pratt say in the office? Is like no matter what, every time he wipes, it's still shit. It's like he's wiping a marker.
The office.
How does it smell?
No.
Parks and Rec.
Yes.
Thank you.
How
Pretty
does it-
awful.
It
pretty
smells
tart.
great. Have you ever had Rocky Road ice
Robbie,
cream?
you're not going to believe this. Lilac. You're not going to believe this.
Cucumber melon.
White pumpkin.
How does it smell?
Yes.
Jennifer Cook says my sister had her last name misspelled in the high school yearbook from Cook to Cock.
Oh, that's
Hey,
bad.
that's
Damn,
good.
that does a young woman no
Mm,
favors
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
bad.
Yeah, but that stuff is really, really, really
But,
wretched.
Merconium. Our buddy Van Arsdale says.
Hey,
That's
I
what
need
it's
some people to
called.
do our friend Rob a favor. What I need you to
Me?
do is, Rob, where do people find you on Instagram should they want to look you up?
Rob Maher, ROBMAHER.
Find him. It's not spelled like the politician. It's spelled like the elite level comedian. Get into his DMs and send him memes. Send Rob some memes. He needs a bumper crop of memes to be able to send to people, to be able to share with friends. It's a bit of a blind spot in your internet usage. You need Instagram Reels. I got you. You need zany TikToks. You need some shit that's on the website crazyshit.com that one day will get my friend Pete arrested. I got you covered. But the meme you need. So why don't we get people to send you like a nice big bumper crop?
Because I guess I'm an idiot. Somebody, a friend of mine on Instagram, she had some long airport layover or something, and she goes, send memes.
Okay.
And it occurred to me, I don't know where a meme comes from.
You're dealing.
I don't know how to find a meme. I could Google it, but why couldn't she just do that? Like,
you ever watch Deadliest Catch on Discovery?
I have.
You know who Sig Hansen is, the captain of
I do
Northwestern, pulling in fucking big numbers. Do you know we have the Sig Hansen of memes fishing the Bering Sea of the internet right now in our chat? You're not going to find any farmer, any fisherman,
I know who you're going to say.
any better than Ariel.
Yeah, Ariel is.
Ariel
She
is
said, say less.
She was a meme.
She was
a meme.
She was
a meme. Yeah.
She's the only friend I've had that's gone viral 3 to 4 times, like multiple times. An original meme of hers. She's been copied.
Was a genius ploy to get to Ariel to message me more.
Damn it, I should have said less.
You've been memed.
Hey, I want to say this before we jet. We're going to get another episode soon of Dork Dynasty, Laughs Count Anywhere. We're going to have a very special, never done before, possibly one-off podcast before the end of the year.
Love it.
Thank you very much to all the response to last week's Patreon episode. I'm still not ready to give up the goose as to what it is.
Some really sweet messages.
Have you mentioned it real
you.
quick? Have you mentioned it on your...
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you two, all of our Patreon family
Right.
members know. Mudge doesn't know.
Really?
No, because she doesn't care. Also, I mentioned.
Does she care about your middle name?
Not at all. That's it. Fuck me softer, Danielle. But I'm gonna put out another name. I have added a name to this thing.
Okay.
I've got it confirmed, lined up. Doug Powell.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I'm pulling fuckers out of retirement.
Oh
for this thing.
man. Two
Yeah.
guys
Locked
who
in.
haven't done comedy in 5 years, or who's going to open for you?
Guess who I'm having lunch with next Tuesday?
Yes.
Larry Poon.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm putting together an OG lineup. So
Nice.
please,
Okay.
if you don't know what we're talking about, excuse the vagaries. We'll get into it more on the regular show next year. But this is strictly for our Patreon members now. You've got me to this point, so you, all of us, deserve to have you know it first. We're going to start making selections next week for the non-$50 Patreon Brotherly Love Music and Film Festival, Minzer's Place
Very
on the
excited.
20th in
Not
Westminster.
Minzer.
Not Minzer.
He's going to hear that and go, I never agreed to
No,
that.
Minzer, we're not going to your fucking house. Dave Dennis.
Dave
Excuse
Dennis,
me. Dave
yes.
Dennis's place. We're going to be at your house. We're probably going to select 5 people
Like it.
to keep it intimate enough, and we'll find out +1 or not. Again, we're going to have to run it past
If you
Dennis.
have a hair in your ass,
You're
get
in. You're in. If Joe can pull it out
Yeah.
and moan, you're in.
And don't be shy though. If you want to bump up to $10 on that Patreon, again, you get tickets to the Murder Mystery, free tickets. We have shows big time.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas season here. Murder on 34th Street.
Yes.
December
Look at the
21st at the
schedule.
DC Improv. The 22nd if you're down in Virginia, Winchester, the Bright Box, and right here locally, the 23rd. That's 2 shows, 7 and 9:30. McGooby's Joke House. Murder on 34th Street.
All right. We'll see you again soon.
Later.